Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Darcy Dornan. I'm the International Recruitment Manager at Loyalist College, and it's a pleasure to be here with you today. Thank you also to Worldwide College Tours and Marco for organizing this event and allowing us this opportunity to talk together. And today, what I'm offering to do is to walk you through Loyalist College, our programs, our location, our costs, our scholarship opportunities, etc. So, in this short presentation moment, I'm going to go through slide by slide and really give you a good overview of who we are and what we do, and how you can better understand these aspects of who we are and what we do, so that you can be talking with your students in order to help them to know if this seems like it could be the right destination, the right college for them to continue their studies. So again, thank you all for being here. And let me go ahead and continue slide by slide here. First of all, on this slide, you can see a little bit of the entrance to campus. You can note that we are one of Ontario, Canada's destination colleges. And you can see a little bit here of the college itself, with the library here off to the left, our new health and wellness center and department. We're actually doing some infrastructural improvements on the campus at this moment. So this photo is going to look different next time you see it, but the campus is continually improving, continually investing in order to offer better services, better programs, better infrastructure to our students. You can see a little bit here in the background, and I'll talk more about this in a moment, but you can see one of our on-campus student residences. We have another one that's located off to the right that you can't see on this image, as well as other parts of the campus. Where are we located? Let me show you that.
The location
So
of Loyalist College
we are
is
located here in Ontario, Canada, as you can see in blue, and we're located in the southern part here, quite close to Quebec. We are in between the cities of Toronto and Ottawa, in a city called Belleville, which is located here on the water. And in this next slide, you can see that a little bit better. Belleville located here. And the bridge that you saw in the previous image is the bridge over to Prince Edward County, where we offer lots of different kinds of activities, mostly for tourists, international tourists, domestic tourists, wine tasting, craft beer tasting, some beautiful beaches, etc. So although Belleville is a small town of about 55,000 people, as you can see in this image, we are located next to other towns in the region. And of course, there's lots to do and to see in the region. It's important to note that that distance between Loyalist College and Toronto is about 2 hours. You can get to us by train, by bus, by car. There's a train stop in Belleville, and we're about 2.5 hours from Ottawa. And you could also get up to Ottawa by train, continuing on to Montreal. And so these are opportunities for our students to know about, and to realize that although they're in a small town and benefiting from the opportunities and advantages that small towns offer, we're still, of course, quite close to the big cities of Toronto and the capital of Ottawa. So moving along here, let me show you this. This is a slide that highlights all of our different undergraduate and postgraduate program areas. I will talk more about the specific programs on subsequent slides, but just so you can see these here, we have a number of different programs, over 65 programs in such areas as biosciences, building sciences, business, community service programs, engineering, health and wellness, IT, media studies, public safety, and skilled trades. And before we look more specifically at those specific areas and specific programs within those clusters, I know that you're interested and your students are interested in knowing about the financials. And so here are the financials for Belleville. Our annual tuition, as you can see here, is 14,332. The ancillary or student service fees are an additional 1,535. International student health insurance is also mandatory and put here at 600 per year. So you get a subtotal here for the year for tuition and other related academic costs or institutional costs at 16,500. We estimate then that for your cost of living, transportation, food, etc., that you would need another approximately 1,000 per month. So you would have 1,000 per month, 12,000 per year, and then a new budget here of between 27 to 28,000. Now, please remember that in this budget, this is something, of course, that as an international student, international students would need to prove to the Canadian Consulate Embassy in applying for their study permit that they can cover these costs. But just so you know, we do have incoming international scholarships, awards, bursaries, both merit-based, academic, and athletic. And if you apply for one, you can apply for the other. There's no restrictions in this regard. And of course, remember that international students have the opportunity to work and study in Canada. And so let me give you just a quick example of a student who's working a student job on campus or perhaps working in a Starbucks and working as they're allowed to do while studying. That means part-time while studying and then full-time when they're on their breaks. A student making the minimum wage of $14 per hour working in that way could make between $19,000 to $20,000 per year. So they can really make a good amount of money, gaining in professional experience, making money. And you could just imagine that if you have a student that's a little bit older with a degree with work experience, they'll be getting a better job and making that much more money. But just to try and give you some perspective of these numbers, right? Here's a little bit more about the athletic scholarships. For those of you who are interested in looking more at that, please visit our website at loyalistlancers.com. This is specifically for our athletic program. And you can click on scholarships and then see the online application there. And of course, if you have other questions, I'll be happy to send you the link to the other scholarship information as well. Now, on this slide, speaking about the work opportunities, I just want to highlight here how we can help you, because of course we're an academic institution, you're coming to study with us, and we're going to help you to succeed in your studies. But the majority of students that come to us also need to work and want to work. And so we have a career center with a qualified team of people ready to help them identify job opportunities, prepare their resumes, do some mock interviews, etc. This in concert working with companies in the region and even, as you can see, the city. So we do everything that we can in order to help you and your students succeed in their lives in Canada at Loyalist College. Aside from that, as you can imagine, like other public institutions, we have all kinds of the different services that we offer. And some of those, of course, as you can see, are listed here: counseling, academic advising, etc. And then, of course, we have a number of different other facilities and other kinds of activities to help students live a healthy, balanced lifestyle, from spending time in the Shark Tank pub to working out in the fitness center and engaging in other kinds of clubs and activities. So moving along, let me highlight here the opportunities for the on-campus student residencies. These are the campuses and the images that you saw in the earlier slide. And you can see the newer townhouses and then the older apartments that are over here. Now, of course, in these different student lodgings, students have their own private room, fully furnished and with lockable doors. And then they share access with other students to the living room, to the dining room, to a kitchen, to washrooms. And of course, there's behind these trees, there's a large student residence center that you can't see, but that comes equipped with another IT lab, big screen television, couches, ping pong table, pool tables, and it's an opportunity for our students to get engaged in other kinds of activities. And it's, of course, as you can imagine, a super opportunity to live on campus. It's convenient, a great way to make new friends quickly, and of course, to be engaged in other kinds of activities aside from the academics. So aside from the general arts and sciences 1 or 2 year programs that we have that are for students who are not yet sure what they want to do, we also offer English pathway partner programs with 2 different language schools, one in Toronto, one in Montreal, possible to study with them virtually or in person. And in doing so, for students who may need to boost their English language levels, and I'll talk about those English language levels more in a moment, your students could start their studies here and receive a conditional letter of acceptance so that when they finish the program with our pathway partners, they can move right into our academic programs. Now, speaking a little bit more about the academic programs before I mention more about the English language requirements, let me highlight here our biosciences programs. It's a super popular area, as you could imagine. Biotechnology, environmental technology, radiation safety, chemical engineering, all programs that have super interesting opportunities in various sectors of the economy, from medical to pharmaceutical to agricultural to food, etc. And of course, it's a good time to mention to you that as a public college in Canada, the majority of our programs offer work placement opportunities for the students coming towards the end of the program. And so these are work placements that put the students in a company, in an institution or organization so that they can put their skills to the test, do a good job, and get a job upon graduation. So again, in the majority of our programs, those work placement opportunities. Let me move on here to some of our building sciences programs, things like civil engineering, construction engineering, a unique survey engineering program that's one of only 3 in the country, as well as architecture and carpentry programs for those interested in these areas as well. Moving along to business and our business programs, this is where you could see different opportunities depending on your interests, right? In sales and marketing, business administration, accounting, a new program in finance and analytics. And in our business programs, it's possible to do a 2-year diploma, a 3-year advanced diploma, and or a full bachelor degree. And I should stress here that the majority of programs at Loyalist College, like many colleges across Canada, are usually either a 1-year certificate program or a 2-year diploma program or a 3-year advanced diploma program. And for students who are interested specifically in getting a bachelor's, they could start with us, save money because college tuition, generally speaking, is less than university tuition. And then we have a transfer specialist that could help them to transfer to any number of different pathway partner Canadian universities across the country and or even internationally with our international partners. And then the last program here to highlight is our aesthetics and spa management program. You can see the spa facility, part of the spa facility on campus, and know that this is one of the renovations that's taking place. We're building actually a new spa and integrating it into the health and wellness center. So that's going to be completely different this time next year. So moving along to community service programs, we have things like child and youth care, early childhood education, and then social service and developmental services worker programs as well for those interested in these important areas. Moving along and highlighting some of the programs that are open to international students specifically in health and wellness, we have fitness and health promotion, recreation and leisure services, the personal support worker program, and then mixed in this, we also have our culinary skills and culinary management program, either a 1 or 2 year program where students are working in the kitchen, learning about food preparation, sauces, etc. But they're also with the opportunity to work in our restaurant. And so learning about food and beverage management, restaurant operations, and we have a culinary shop on campus. So the students really get the full spectrum opportunity to be in the kitchen preparing the food, either serving it to customers and or packaging it, marketing it, and selling it. So very nice program. And of course, those students can save a little bit of money on food costs, as you could imagine. Right? Okay, moving along into our media studies program. You can see here that we've got a digital media studies center that's fully equipped with the latest equipment, all the programs that students need. And then of course, also with film and television production studios, radio, broadcasting studios as well. So everything that students need to either do their work on campus and or to rent out equipment, of course, at no additional cost, but to take out equipment or to take equipment off campus, they can do everything, and we have access for them to everything that they would need in these programs. Programs like animation, game design and development, art and design foundation. I mentioned the broadcasting, right? Radio broadcasting, but also the television and filmmaking and digital content creation production. That, along with a computer networking and media experience program, journalism and communications. For those of you who perhaps have seen the film Batman versus Superman, please know that one of our film professors worked on the background animations for this film. And he happens to teach not only in the film program, but also in the animation program. So students are learning about animation for film and or for the gaming industry, which is a nice other opportunity when they graduate for work, right? So moving along here to our public safety programs. We have a number of different programs, but let me just highlight here the protection, security, and investigation program, because this is a long-running program, a very successful program at Loyalist College. And it allows a student not only to get the 2-year diploma, but also to get 2 different industry-related certifications that will allow them to work in these areas. And so that's good to highlight, because those go along with the work placement opportunity. And our students are working across Canada and internationally in these areas. Moving into the skilled trade, aside from the different automotive programs that we have, so we have the automotive service technician, and then we have the motive power programs here. We also have these other areas of electrical techniques and engineering, to a new program in mechatronics, a mechanical techniques program, a manufacturing engineering program, and then down here at the bottom, as you can see, the welding techniques and fabrication technician program as well. And these programs all take place in the Bay of Quinte Skill Center, this building that you can see here. It's part of the campus. The student housing is just located on the other side of this building. And let me highlight here just one quick thing about the new mechatronics program, as I did about the earlier security program, because the mechatronics program also allows students not only to get the 2-year diploma, but to get 2 globally recognized mechatronics certifications. This program was co-developed with the Siemens company. And so we're very glad to be offering this new program to students on campus, knowing that they could do their work placement with Siemens, or of course a number of other companies in the region and around the world with this specific background and technical area. So now let me highlight for you our postgraduate programs. Postgraduate programs are, of course, available to students who already have an undergraduate diploma or degree and who are interested in these kinds of areas, right? So advanced filmmaking and digital content creation. We have a science-based cannabis applied science program. This is specifically for students who have backgrounds in sciences, biotechnology, biology, chemistry, pharmacy, for example. And as you may know, cannabis has been legal in Canada now for the past 2 years, and it's still a growing new industry with lots of interesting job opportunities. And of course, we've created a number of different partnerships with companies in the area, in the region, across the country for our students to do their work placements and or seek jobs. For a health industry program, we've got the Care of Vulnerable Populations program here, a cybersecurity program, a new emergency management and incident response program that was put together during this past pandemic, a 2-year global business management program. This is our most popular program at the college at the postgraduate level. It's our equivalent of the MBA. We've also got programs, as you can see here, in these other areas: human resource management, a new program in financial technology, another growing area as we're all paying more and more and more online, etc. An advanced law clerk program, project management, public relations and event management, sports and entertainment, sales and marketing, and of course here a popular supply chain management and global logistics program. So again, programs that exist because there are needs in the local economy, in the regional economy, but as we know through the pandemic, there are needs in these areas in companies all around the world, right? And so these are the postgraduate programs that we offer at Loyalist College. Hopefully some of them could be of interest also for some of your students. Talking quickly here for a moment about the different English language requirements and proficiency tests. We work with TOEFL, IELTS, Cambridge, Pearson, Duolingo. I'll show those on the next slide. And you can see here that these columns represent the undergraduate programs and or the postgraduate programs. So if we take an example of the IELTS requirement for students doing an undergraduate biotechnology program, for example, they would need to have a 6.0 in IELTS. If they were interested in that global business management postgraduate program, they would have to have a 6.5 IELTS. And then moving into the next slide, I can show you the other tests. So Duolingo, for example, at that undergraduate chemical engineering program level would be 95 to 100, or a postgraduate student, for example, in the project management program would need to have 105 to 110 for Duolingo. So that wraps up the English language requirements. We're a small campus. We have the one location that I showed you in Belleville. I didn't mention, however, and I should have, that we did open a new campus in Toronto. And so Toronto has a little bit of a different cost. They do have some different programs. My focus with you today was to help you to learn about our main campus, which is where we have the majority of our programs. And so at the main campus, where we have all the programs that I just showed you, we have approximately 3,500 students, 1,500 of whom are international, and come from countries all around the world. And so again, we're super happy to be here with you, to be participating in this event today. And should you have any questions, please let us know in the Q&A. We're looking forward to welcoming your students from any of these countries highlighted in red and or more. I should update our map here soon because we have more and more students coming from different countries all around the world. And we're happy to work with you, to welcome your students. And should you have any questions, here's my name and contact information. And you can also see that my colleague, Alistair, is here as well for anybody who's perhaps working with students in India or Southeast Asia. Feel free to reach out to us. You can also talk with me, of course, today on the virtual platform of the event, and or send me an email, send me a WhatsApp, connect with me on LinkedIn, and I'll be very happy to answer any questions that you have. Okay, thank you again. And let me stop the screen sharing, the presentation sharing, to see if I can see any questions coming in. All right. Okay, yeah, good. I don't see any questions coming in, which is good. Hopefully I've answered the majority of your questions. One thing I should point out here is that we also work with a number of different agency partners in countries all around the world. So if you want to benefit from our partnerships with these trusted agent partners and apply to Loyalist College for free, then reach out to me, tell me who you are, tell me about the student with whom you may be working, where that student and where you are located, so that I can connect you with the closest, most appropriate agency partner, and you can work with that person. I'm in contact with those people as well, and that person can help you again to apply to Loyalist College for free. Thank you again for your time and attention, and one more time, I will be around for the rest of the event should you have any questions.
Thank you, Darcy. Do we want to end it off here, or do you have any closing remarks before we finish?
I'm sorry, Marco, I had the volume down. Were you just asking me a question?
Yeah, no, do you have any final thoughts before we close this out, or do you want to end it there?
No, I think we're good there. Thank you very much again, you and to everybody at Worldwide College Tours, and we look forward to talking with more students and more counselors today as possible.
Thank you. Bye, Darcy. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Cheers. Thank you, Martha. Bye-bye.